Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here because today we're tackling a massive shift happening right now. We're looking at how artificial intelligence is completely reshaping the entire landscape of freelancing. But, well, spoiler alert, it is not about replacing human value. No way. It's about changing your leverage. We're going to explore exactly how you can use AI to amplify your speed, your clarity, and your ultimate value to clients without just turning into some generic automation machine. Right off the bat, let's just address the elephant in the room. It's the exact question keeping so many freelancers up at night. If machines can draft and summarize and brainstorm and organize, well, what are clients actually paying you for, right? If the AI can do all the heavy lifting of production, what's actually left for the freelancer? To answer that, we really have to look under the hood of what it is we actually do. Which brings us to Section 1, how freelancing really works. To really understand AI's impact, we've got to be brutally honest about what a freelance business actually is at its core. A lot of people think they're simply selling a hard skill, like writing or coding or graphic design. But your clients, they don't wake up in the morning thinking, gee, I want to buy some writing today. They wake up totally stressed out because they have a specific, measurable problem. You're not selling hours, you're not selling labor, you're operating a small business built entirely around trust, and your fundamental purpose is to reduce your client's risk by applying your seasoned judgment to their real-world problem. So the absolutely crucial point here is that clients pay for changed outcomes, not just effort. Think about a wrench for a second. A wrench isn't valuable just because it's a shiny piece of metal. It's highly valuable because it turns a stubborn bolt that you literally couldn't turn otherwise. In that exact same way, your freelance skill only matters because it changes a stuck situation for your client and actually creates momentum. And this brilliantly illustrates how your true value is created in the real world. Think of your client's problem like driving a really heavy vehicle on a dark, foggy road. A driver doesn't need the entire 100-mile journey illuminated all at once, right? They just need enough visibility to take the next safe turn. Your job is to clear that fog. Your value lies in making the client's next decision easier. You're narrowing their uncertainty so they can confidently move forward, just one milestone at a time. Let's move into Section 2, selling judgment, not labor. Now, if your goal is clearing the fog, it means anyone can produce something, but you are being paid to produce the right something. Just contrast the pre-AI world with our post-AI reality. Before AI, you often had to be both the engine and the driver. You generated all the raw material manually. But now, AI can become part of the engine. It's going to help you move way faster. But here's the catch. You still have to steer. Your competitive edge has moved upward. You're shifting away from typing and drafting and producing and moving straight toward deciding, directing, and shaping. Think about a master chef. A chef doesn't just blindly follow a recipe printed on a card. They constantly adjust for the unique ingredients they have that day, the ambient heat of the oven, the exact timing, and the specific tastes of the people they're serving. Two different cooks can use the exact same AI-generated recipe, but they're going to get completely different results. Why? Because the chef's taste, their experience, their judgment, that is what's doing the real work. Clients are buying your taste. AI gives you the recipe, but your judgment makes it a meal. All right, Section 3, multiplying value with AI. Now that we know we sell our judgment and not just our labor, let's explore exactly how AI acts as a massive force multiplier for your business rather than a replacement. AI tends to multiply your value in 3 distinct places. First up is clarity. Freelance work often stalls out just because the initial brief is fuzzy. Well, AI can summarize scattered notes and turn those messy inputs into a pristine, clean starting point. Second is speed. It significantly reduces the friction of the blank page so you can respond to clients much faster. And third, range. AI allows you to explore dozens of options, product names, code architectures, angles for an outline in the exact same time it would normally take to draft just one. And exploring a wider range makes your ultimate judgment significantly stronger. Let's actually map this out across a single client relationship. Every client goes on a journey, moving through a chain of distinct decisions, and AI can seamlessly step in at every single stage. Imagine a new prospect in the awareness stage. They know something is wrong, but it's vague. AI helps you analyze their scattered thoughts and hand them back a crystal clear problem statement. Then they move into interest. Here, you can use AI to perfectly summarize their industry pain points, proving instantly that you really understand their world. When they're finally making a choice on who to hire, AI helps you draft sharper, much more confident proposals that drastically reduce their perceived risk. Once you win the job and enter delivery, AI is right there speeding up your drafts and outlines so you can focus on quality. And finally, for repeat business, it helps you maintain consistent, highly professional follow-ups. At every single step of this narrative journey, you're using AI to just totally eliminate friction for the client. And this brings us to a massive workflow shift. The highest value skill is no longer just producing output. It is directing output toward a meaningful outcome. You're transitioning from being a creator of output to an editor of intelligence. It's kind of like a film director. The director isn't physically holding every single camera or painting every set piece, right? They manage a massive crew. But the incredible value comes from their singular vision, ensuring the whole system serves the story. AI gives you a massive crew, but that means your absolute need for clear direction becomes stronger, not weaker. Section 4. Avoiding the AI trap. Now, this immense power does come with a serious warning. Let's look at the dangers of using AI poorly, where you just try to sound helpful instead of actually being helpful. Many freelancers fall into what we call the trap of polished nonsense. They use AI to generate incredibly smooth, highly confident sounding language, but the underlying thinking completely misses the mark on the client's actual problem. It's literally like wrapping a gift beautifully, making it look absolutely perfect on the outside, but putting the completely wrong item inside the box. The outside looks impressive for a second, but it ultimately leaves the client completely disappointed and totally destroys their trust. Think back to when calculators were first introduced into classrooms and offices. It was a huge paradigm shift, but they didn't remove the need to understand math. They just removed the mechanical effort of long division so humans could focus on bigger, much more complex engineering and financial problems. In the exact same way, AI lowers the cost of first drafts, but the human part, interpreting the delicate situation, checking for subtle accuracy, bringing taste and context, that part becomes infinitely more visible and valuable. So if you take one thing away from this explainer today, please let it be this. AI changes your leverage. It does not change your identity. A good freelancer doesn't magically become a different species when they adopt AI. They just become more of what they already should be. More responsive, more insightful, and incredibly adaptable. Don't let yourself become a generic automation machine. Step up and confidently own your role as an editor of intelligence, focusing deeply on strategy, refined taste, and genuine human connection with your clients. Which leaves us with this final thought to carry forward into your work. Stop acting like an output machine and start acting like the high-level decision maker your clients desperately need you to be. The tools are here. The leverage is yours for the taking. So, how will you use AI to become clearer, more useful, and more trusted by your clients today? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you next time.